Good, boys. What's up, you do? Man, this was good, Manny. What's up, Leo? Kamal. Back host Roger. Alien, what's up, brother? Let's go. Let's go. Stream's up and running. Weekly objectives met, but we'll manage. I got the winning trades, but I'm 300 in drawdown. So what you need to do, the easiest way for you to get a payout, Theo or Teo, is make 300 bucks in profit and make every single trade like a $100 winner. That's the easiest. You could do more. You just need 40% consistency now. So like if you made 300 bucks and your best day was like 150 or something max, like I think it's like 120, you can just do that, you know. Or if you want to go for 500 bucks in profit and then your best day can't be, I believe, like 200. So you can like, oh, you're my fun. Oh, you good then, bro. Wait, my fun feature doesn't have a consistency rule? Don't you need a buffer though? Or no buffer? Good, boys. Good, yeah. Shaden, what's up? Huge, what's up? Hamza, hey. Sergio, what's up, brother? Hood Profits, let's go. Subtraction long today, hopefully. Is likely something we'll look for. We'll cover bias at 925. You withdraw 50% of profit with Alpha Futures. I mean, if I'm on a zero account, yes. But usually I'm withdrawing 100% of my profit. Morning, Vic. Do 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 do. Like it's that's only for what's it called? That's only for the zero account. Vigilant. If you have a standard account, I have two standard accounts and one zero. The standard account, you can withdraw 100% of your profits. If you have the zero account, then yeah, only 50%. Appreciate you, Johnny. Those are whole number levels. What's good, Yoshi? Appreciate you. Just charting my pre-market annotations. And pre-market expansion is always a red flag. We'll cover bias. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Wait till 9:25. We will cover bias. You always have to be, if it's in the scopes, always bullish. Hey, Gaddy, running any discount codes? Um, if you're in the free Discord, you can go to the discount section and it'll tell you what's running with my code. I have an Apex discount code. Right now they have 80% off. I have a TradeZilla discount code, which is 10% or 20% off. And I have an Alpha Futures discount code, which is currently, I think, 20% off, but it might be 10, so don't quote me on that one. Most profitable traders did not trade yet this week. I mean, I don't really care about them, bro. But if you want to use that as a measure of whether or not you should be trading, sure. Sure, man. I would bet you the most profitable traders have been holding long for a really long time. That's a but again, I don't really care. The name of it's called Trade Scale app. Glad you're looking to start journaling, brother. What copy trader do you use? I just use the Alpha Ticks in Project X one. But I can't use one right now because all my accounts are different sizes. Oh, I love TradeZilla, bro. I use TradeZilla every single day. We'll cover bias in 4 minutes. Let's go to AMV. Is it code Gaddy? If you want the monthly one, it's Gaddy10. That's only 10% off. If you want the yearly one for TradeZilla, it's Gaddy20. I use it mostly for backtesting and journaling. You can do it on both. Hey, yo, what is that trade scale thing? Looks clean. It is really clean. You can keep track of your expenses. Someone reached out to me. It's brand new. Someone reached out to me saying he wanted to promote this for free and wondered if I promote it for him. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I will. I think it's really clean. It's free journaling app and it's really good. Which trading day on TikTok is today? Today's 26 out of 100. If that's what you mean. My top sub account got closed. I don't know why. Can you help? Um, did you possibly hit your maximum loss limit or daily loss limit? TradeScale app is really clean, yeah. What trend is it going to? What does that even mean? You can backtest a lot better than on Forex Replay. It's a lot better than Forex Replay. You can do second intervals. You can journal inside the backtest each individual trade. Keep track of your models and your playbooks. You can look at the economic calendar. It's really clean. It's a really clean platform in comparison to you get way more data on your backtest results. It's a lot cleaner than Forex. I've used both for over years of data, and TradeZilla is a lot better. TradeZilla over Forex Replay for backtesting. You can also journal on TradeZilla. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's built in. It's really cool. If you have the money, I mean, it's like $40 a month or something. Well, I don't know. It might even be less, like 25 or 30 with a discount code. If you have the money, I would highly recommend you get TradeZilla. I honestly don't know. Like, no glaze. I don't know what I would do without TradeZilla. Like, no glaze. No, I know that sounds crazy, but just how good the backtesting and journaling is, you get really, really good data. If you think FX Replay using one ear. I was thinking I'm gonna check out the crude oil chart real quick. We're gonna have to get fancy today. Gold. Gold looks awful, man. Gold looks really bearish, actually. It actually looks pretty somewhat clean. Do we have a London high day? No, but we did shift. Crude oil? That's hard to tell. Wait, did I do all my annotations on? Man, did all my annotations on the mini. Okay. I'm gonna. How good is price action to learn? Tell me, brother. I don't know what that means. How good is price action to learn? You should always have some sort of method of reading price action. However you want to do so, you should always have some sort of method. I did get the new Top Step dashboard, but I'm only focusing on my alpha accounts and my Apex accounts. Apex is I'm gonna use that to suffice payouts in the meantime while I go for a large alpha futures payout. Because I don't want to, go months without making something. And I don't want to do too many firms at once. Okay, so the bias and game plan. We'll talk about it. Give me one moment. Good MST. What's a large payout for you? I'm gonna go for like a 5-figure payout. I would consider that pretty large. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'm just saying I'm going for it. Because worst case scenario, I blow the accounts. Then I can get 3 equal sized accounts and start copy trading and make my life a lot easier. So it's kind of a win-win. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun to see how close I can get or whether or not I can get it. I'm obviously risking a little bit more. That's why I say it's going to be, I'm not going to be risking 250 and go for a 10K payout on one account. It'd be more than 5 figures, but no, I didn't trade PM yesterday. It was really sideways. I did not know where it was gonna go. No drawn liquidity means no trade. Okay. Let us here. I do have my funded accounts open. Okay, we got to lock in here. Okay, let's cover the game plan. First things first, I'm never gonna try to be shorting all-time highs. That's simply just clean. Okay, going into the week, if you were here on Monday, I told you guys we had two main objectives for the week. That was 24,000 whole number on the NASDAQ. We hit that today overnight in London session, I think. And the second main objective was all-time highs, which obviously we took if we're above 24,000. So we've met both of the objectives higher on the NASDAQ. So we're in a territory where we genuinely don't know. Like 930 could open and dump all the way down, and we would not be able to predict that or anticipate that. So yes, it does get a little bit harder, but it's more likely to go up than down. So all we have to do is look for a high probability setup long. Can we come out and take pre-market lows? Sure. For me, the game plan is going to be very simple. We're going to remain bullish, looking for a high probability setup long. Targets at 24,050 and 24,1000. Every single 50 points, I'm going to view that as a whole number. I know some people say it's only every 100. in my opinion, every 50. More important than the NASDAQ, listen closely, is 6,500 on NASDAQ. I mean on ES. I think that is a really strong draw on liquidity as a whole number. We are currently 11 points away from 6,500, and I think that's a really strong draw. I say that because 6,500 is not only a whole number, but it's also halfway to 7,000. So that really nice 6.5 number can be a strong draw on liquidity. So that's our main objective for today. I don't like that we're already at high of day. And just because I'm bullish, there's no way I'm going to be longing anything right here. But we'll look for it. And we'll see what we can get. I don't expect price to take London or Asia low unless we start like dumping aggressively. Tomorrow is also PPI day. And we'll follow PPI protocol just like we did with CPI. And CPI was very nice for us. And we'll kind of just have to go with that. We'll mark out the opening range gap. And we just kind of go from there. I have the funded account that's open. But I also have an eval open. So I will let you guys know if I'm executing on funded or eval. Yeah. Let's mark out the opening range gap. Go close, open, take out the quarters. You can see that very nice and clean. And then let's go here. We don't need to mark out 930 because we have the opening range gap marked out. So 1 minute chart, you can see the levels we're looking at. Opening range gap high, opening range gap low, although I do not think it's going to go all the way down there. If it does, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be bullish. And we just have to stay patient. That's pretty much it. Let's go to this quarters, save that template. Okay, so we shall see. We're currently trading inside the opening range gap. We're gonna have to be patient, look for a high probability long. Like I said, I have an eval open, but like I said, I have the fundeds open as well. All three of them. So it's not like I'm only trading eval, but if I only trade on the eval, I'll let you guys know. Can you cover what I'm looking for? I'm lost in this market. I'm looking for 6,500 on ES. You know what? I'll even make. I like 6,500 on ES. That's what I like. There's 2,450 already. So we reached that first potential objective. So 2,450 whole number already met. Man, we can tape read a potential trade on gold. I'll paper trade it even. You know, let me sign into a paper trading account here because I think we start running some paper trades on gold and crude oil. You know, I'm not saying we're gonna make the switch, but repetition is good. And I definitely think we could get a potential run to midnight opening price on gold today. Maybe even London low and such. Like, I'm bearish on gold. In fact, you could even short right now, put the stop here, and look for something like this. But I won't. Anyway, we'll just keep an open eye. Just for fun, tape read. We're about to put in first presentation. Remove that 24,000 marker. Just know that it was already taken. I'm going to minimize chat, and we'll see. We'll just focus up here. Keep it nice and easy. I wouldn't be surprised if it only goes up the rest of the session. That's possible. Not much we can do about that. No presentation there. We might go straight for it, man. If we get, I mean, I don't even know if I would take a protraction model out of this. I would probably use this as first presentation. Let me look at the micro real quick. The micro closed it up. I'm not going to be using this. Too small. No, nothing there on the micro. I'm not using that. We'll annotate it, but not as first presentation. So we just wait, see if we can get a higher probability setup, protraction, or reversal if we take out this low. That's about all we can do. Just have to be patient. Some people will short this inversion, and it might go lower, but I won't be. Let's check out the YM. Really volatile opening on the YM. For those of you who don't know, we are running a giveaway in the Discord. I am giving away a PC, a monitor, and a gaming chair. If you use my code with Alpha Futures, please message me on Discord. Just send me a message saying, "Hey Gatie, I use your code." I'll reply to you and we can get you added to the giveaway. Just don't forget to message me, otherwise I can't. I feel like a lot of people just think they're being added. You could technically long this if we close above the body here, but I really wouldn't. What I want to see right now is us come back below, take out this low, and then maybe a reversal from there. Something like this would be nice. Offer somewhat of a discount. It's not going to be a discount, but surely not buying high of day. At least we have an intraday objective of, that level right there. And if we start getting really bearish, meaning like we close below here, then we can maybe look for the pre-market low. But until then, we gotta just play the all-time highs. Trading back into opening range gap high. Look at ES, gave an order block there at 933. There's an SMT. So this might roll over. Again, I'm not really interested in shorts. It's too aggressive. If you're on an eval and trying to pass really quickly, shorts could be really good here because if it's going to go down, it's going to go straight down. I just not really convinced it's going to go down. Looks like we will get the order block. I don't want to speak too soon, but if we close above here, that is technically a protraction model. It's not one I would execute. I try not to buy high of day. If I had a clean objective here, like previous day high or something, then I don't mind buying high of day. But if my objective is 24-1 and 65 whole number, it's not the best. I mean, maybe for an eval, and we just target what, like a 1%? Like that's just awful in my opinion. That's awful. We target 1R maybe if you really want. What is this candle being sent from above, bro? Like you could take this. You could target 1R. It's not really my style. But we can sit here and tape read it together. Realistically, what you can target is 6,500 on ES. But again, I would never take this. This is a tape, not even a tape read. I'm just showing you would have been stopped out in not even 30 seconds. Not even 4 seconds. That's crazy. We're gonna get a shift here. People will probably short this too. I wouldn't. If we close below, this is a bearish order block. if we're bearish. I wouldn't ever short this, but I'm sure some people would, hoping that we came down here. We actually didn't close below them, so it's not an order block just yet. Looks like we'll just be choppy for a bit. This fair value gap's been used a lot. I take back what I said. I'm going to use it as first presentation. AMD's up another $10 today, man. Oh my goodness, man. I don't think you guys know how much money I would have made if I held my AMD and did not close when the war was announced. I would have made too much money. I would have made too much. For me. It's at a yearly high now. Wow. Phenomenal run. On my way now. On my way now. On my way now. um, 6,500 on ES. It's a strong draw. It's not something I would look for on my funded, not from here. MST, would you believe me if I told you I had 200 shares of Palantir at $12, bro? Can you show me how you have ES and NQ on the same page? You have to have this section right here, the layout. Yeah, bro, I did. I did. Your soul is sold to Alpha. I mean, they are my favorite prop firm. So, I wouldn't say my soul is sold to them. It's kind of extreme. But, whatever you gotta describe it as. What is a protraction model? It's one of my models. Reckon range day. I think the first 30 minutes for sure. After that, we'll see. What indicator? ICT kill zones and pivots TFO. Not top step. Alpha is my number one for sure. The payouts are a lot easier on Alpha than top step. That's really sad. I don't want to talk about it, bro. Why don't you believe we can take out London lows today? Too big of a move? Too big of a move in all-time high territory. It would be a pretty bearish candle if we started making it all the way down there. It's possible, but I'd have to really see some bearish order flow. Like I said, if we shifted on the 15, maybe. But I wouldn't do it all-time highs. Even if we did, it's all-time highs and it makes it really risky. What is AMD? AMD the stock when I was talking about it. How's your back? The pain is good. But like I said, I know I'm going to play basketball tomorrow and it's going to come back. Yeah, first presentation is not there on the micro. At first I didn't annotate it, but I'm going to keep this annotated. You could always use the one that's forming now. Probably going to be more clear. I mean, realistically, we don't need to use any of them. You look very young but experienced. How long have you been? I've been training for 2 years, brother. So you also invest in stocks, bro? Yeah. A big portion of how much I made this year so far is with stock swing trades. I wouldn't call it investing. I'd call it more swing trades. I'd say investing is more like you're pretty much holding for like years. I usually hold for weeks to months. How do you do the org high and org low? Go to regular trading hours. If you don't know how to do that, right click, settings. symbol, session, regular, then you'll see closing price, opening price. Without no leverage, just cash. Yeah, I mean, I started my stock account. It was pretty, I'm not gonna say small, but it was pretty small. TopStep is good or Alpha. There's nothing wrong with TopStep. They're an absolutely great firm. If you're struggling getting your first couple payouts, I would recommend Alpha Futures. Their payout system is, their payout rules are a lot easier because you don't need a buffer. Nothing wrong with TopStep. You could short this if we close below, but I really wouldn't. What strategy do you? I use my own strategy. It's a power of 3 narrative. After yesterday's massive move and no red folder today, just gonna chop and generate liquidity. That's possible. I will pound in a video to 1K. Nice, bro. We can tape read this short. We can even paper trade. Are we on a paper trading account? No. Fuck. We could eval this short. The reason I like evaling this short is because if it does go down, it'll go straight down. Oh man. Why does this always happen? I can teach you how to best if you want to be open to learn. No, I'm happy with my stock positions. Let me remove this. How do you do org high and low? You should just watch my video on it, bro. I have a video on exactly that. I'm probably going to wait the first 30 minutes out. At least wait for the macro, because it's probably going to stay sideways for a while. We had pre-market and London expansion, so we're going to wait. I'm not trading all-time high. Shit is crazy. We're going to have to get used to it, brother. Unfortunately, if NASDAQ or if indices are your asset class, you got to get used to. I mean, you don't have to trade all-time highs. Obviously, you can just not. But you're gonna got to get used to all-time highs or get used to not trading all-time highs because, I mean, we're trading a market that's primarily trending up. You know, so it's decoupled right now. Yeah, 100%. You're right. Yo, this butter croissant is freaking amazing, bro. All right, hold up. Let me lock in here. This was the reversal I was talking about. If we close above. ES is almost there at 6,500. Clean inversion too. What the hell do we aim for? Like 1.23 R? Man, that's lame. That's really lame. We could just aim for like 1.5. Just hope. Hopes and dreams, TP. It looks like ES is going to go to 6,500. And NQ is going to not do shit. Bro's unhealthy? I'm very healthy, actually. Well, to be honest, I do eat a lot of unhealthy food, but I'm trying to gain weight, so I kind of need to. I don't need to, but it's hard to hit 3,500 calories if I don't eat enough. We didn't get the order block, by the way, so that's obviously a no trade execution. Yeah, I don't know. This market is so. What's YM doing? Probably. Okay, what? Damn. YM's going. We just trade gold, bro. It's not an order block because we didn't close above yet. My Fund of Futures is a great firm. I mean, ES went straight for 6,500. Nasdaq's dancing. Gold, crude oil, platinum. I'll trade anything, bro. Next one to come up on the futures market. Let's see. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's probably going to make a new all-time high. I'm not really affiliated with Take Profit Trader, so I've never used them. At least I don't think I have. Funding Ticks. I think they're a good firm. Euro Futures is where it's at, man. Euro Futures. Clean buy day. Clean buy day. It's at, bro. We got the order. You could long this, but like, you just hopes and dream TP at 1R or 24.1. It's literally a hopes and dreams play. Hope for 1.5R, maybe hope for 1R. If you're really fiending, nothing for me. ES reached 6,500. That's kind of sucks because that was our main target for today. So we're just going to have to stay patient. Wait for something really clear. Gotta be patient. We just gotta be patient. Trump speaks in the lunch session. They just be adding Trump speeches whenever they want nowadays, bro. I guess we'll just keep chat open and see what you guys are saying because maybe a while before we find a high probability setup. We'll wait till 10 a.m. It might get clearer. More clear. What do you think of price action? I think PA is in really deep premium. And no high probability entries can form where we're at right now. So you gotta be patient. Can't always be clean. What's going on Discord? Wait, what's happening in Discord? I swear I banned people sending links. If you buy an account right now with Alpha Futures, when can you request payouts? So assuming you pass, you have to pass the eval first. If you get a standard account, the easiest way to get a payout, the easiest way, what I would do is risk whatever you want to risk, aim for 1 to 2 R, 3 trades. The easiest thing you can do, risk like 150 to make 150, 1 R, 3 days in a row. You can find a 1 R trade 3 days in a row. And if you win those 3, you can request a payout of whatever you made, 100% of the payout. 3-minute time frame? I'll look at it, but I don't know what it's going to do. If ES inverses at 1 minute 50, we should see a better drop on NQ because the future SMT opens max. Market makers make money on spread. Does it have to be consecutive wins or just doesn't have to be consecutive? The easiest way to get a payout on alpha, is by making what's it called? Like 3 net wins. That's the as easiest it can be. If you can get positive 3 wins, you can take that. I was looking at gold, but if gold can break down here, maybe. Look at NQ. Oh yeah, we saw the candle. I'll just put an alert like here. We'll see. Yeah. Yes, with almost every futures firm, you have to pass first. You can't just be funded right away. Okay. Definitely some engineered buy stops there. See if we can get that pre-market low. This is really bearish order flow. So if we were to get a retracement and a protraction, I would short that to pre-market low. Like I said, if we close below here on the 15-minute, I will look for pre-market low. So if we get that, we're taking a short to pre-market low. Amazon is up. Let's check on our stock positions. I think we're up 1%. Nope, 0.5%. I mean, if we close below here, that would technically be a bearish order block. Issue with that is stop loss is pretty high. Pre-market low is 1.2 R. I mean, it's not the worst. We could full port this eval. 5 minis. What's 25 points? 25 times 2 is 50. 3,000 divided by 50. We can do it with 6 contracts. Uh, 3,000 divided by 6 divided by 20 is 25. Wait, what's the fuck's going on? 25 points. So 3,000 divided by 25 points divided by 26, yeah. So if we close below here, I'll full port this eval. Let me just double check that this isn't eval. Okay, yes it is. If we close below here, I'll full port this eval for a 1.2 R trade. There's no stop loss on this trade. We're simply looking for a run straight to pre-market low that'll pass the account. I wouldn't take this on a funded. It's against the all-time high narrative, and the risk reward is not good. But on an eval, I think it's worth executing this trade. So if we close below here, we're going in with the apex. I guess you can call it a full port. Is there a 15-second inversion in there? Because I feel like this is going to go without us. Alright, we're going to just take it there. We're going to full port this eval. No stop loss. And it needs to go... let me just make this really clear. There's an eval full port. No funded. Why full port? That's how I trade my Apex evals. I'm not about to waste more than a singular trade on it. I think I miscalculated my risk because is it just me, or if we come down here, it's not going to be $3,000. See, the issue with this is, like, if it comes up even a little bit, like, yeah, I think we might blow the account here. Unless it just dumps right away, right now, the account gets blown. Obviously, there's no stop loss on this trade, so. Like, that's the issue with full porting is on Apex. Say price comes to like right here, and then it comes up here. That would blow the account if it just retraces that much because of the live trailing drawdown. So if you take a trade, you really want it to be like a quick 1, 2, or you don't full port, obviously, or you full port a news candle. You can full port news with Apex. I don't wake up that early, to be honest. Like my beauty sleep. My fill was at 99 point. Let's say it was 009. And then we need 25 points. Just gonna be really precise here, just in case. The last eval I full ported, I got like one ticked away, and then I retraced and it blew the eval. Like, see, the account might blow if it even goes to like right here. We were up 1. We were up 1 point. Let's say we're up 1.5. If we go minus 1,000 now on the eval, then the account would blow. Regardless, though, like, see, when I put the P&L, like, I know everyone's staring at this, but what you should be staring at is these wicks. Not that it really matters whether or not you look at it, but order block, tapped there, trades lower, pre-market low, is right here. The reason I'm not taking this on a funded is because the risk to reward is not good, as well as I don't want to be shorting all-time highs. Yes, this isn't technically all-time high, but I just don't want to short all-time highs, like in that narrative, right? So it's as simple as that. If the risk reward was better and it gave us potentially more room to work with, so we could maybe reduce our stop loss. Like, imagine we were in this trade for real, we wouldn't be able to reduce our stop loss whatsoever because it's such a small move, and I don't like that for the morning session. Unless it's my 1R ATM model, which usually just hits TP right away, or SL. But I prefer that in the PM session because PM session is usually less volatile. Look at these wicks. Like, these wicks would just be destroying us with 1R ATM model. So we're up in this eval. At one point we were up, let's say 2,000. So if it goes minus 500 now, then the account's blown as well. So yeah, we really can't afford any retracement when you're full porting. Now we're up 2,000. So if this goes, yeah, if this says minus 500, the accounts are gone. Now if we go back to break even, the account's also gone. So this has to go straight to TP now, or we lose this eval, which is obviously fine. I've accepted that when I'm full porting. Obviously, you should accept that if you're taking a full port. But pretty much, if this trade comes up back to break even, we would lose this eval and have to try again with another one. If we get to pre-market low right away, then we pass this one. There's 50% opening range gap. Yeah, 50% level. I do think it'll get here, but it may come back all the way before it gets there. It looks like we will blow the account. It's like really close to blowing right now. If it even goes a couple points higher, this account is gone. Trading back into that OB. I think we will lose the account here. It's just a risky game. Like as soon as it retraces on you. But hold on, we might actually be able to get a better trade on the funded. Yeah, so there we lost the account, the eval. But we might be able to get a better trade on the funded here. Because pre-market low is still open. And we might get better risk to reward. So let me switch. So even though we're in the green, it's just a part of the game when you're full porting. No, I don't think we'll get a good fill. Almost. It came really close. We just needed 2.5 more points. 10-minute. Big 5-minute here. If we, what is that? A glitch? Why is gold open? It actually looks like that on the mini. All right, whatever. If we get into this 5-minute fair value gap, we might be able to find a high probability short towards pre-market low because we shifted on the 15-minute. That's a 15-minute CISD right there. Yeah. Why is it like? Wait, hold on. What's going on? Where's my Tradeovate account? This Apex account's almost at payout as well. Be careful with that. Technically, that is a protraction model. You could short this. Pretty bad R. But its pre-market low is right there. It'll probably go to pre-market low. Not enough risk to reward for me to take this trade. So yeah, I think we literally got stopped out right there, right? On that eval. Wait, that candle was... If we can get a nice retracement, then we can find maybe a good risk to reward short that's in fund premium. But it has to retrace. 10-minute fair value gap forms in 1 minute. We just have to wait for that. This is a 5-minute I have annotated up here. We should switch to the micro. We have enough time. Let's quickly make a switch to the micro. Because I have my Apex funded open here. I don't want to execute the mini. I had it set up like this originally, but then I don't know what happened. Okay, so you can see the, we'll go with the 10-minute. I think it's a little bit cleaner. So the 10-minute bearish fair value gap there also aligns with that breaker. And we have the pre-market low as an objective, which is right there. Pre-market low. And then we have closing price, opening price. Just gotta shift my annotations here. Okay, to the micro. Okay, so here we are, looking for a potential where's this gap from, bro? Oh, am I on regular? Do a quick reload. Why is it doing that? Why is it whenever, bro? This is annoying. Okay. Anyways, we're about to take out pre-market low anyways before it formed any entry model. I'm gonna close these because I feel like it's glitching out. There's a pre-market low. You haven't lost a dime, but still lost that eval. Make it make sense. It's just the live trailing drawdown. It's just the downside of full porting. It is what it is. Unfortunately. If it didn't have the live trailing drawdown, like the other firms don't allow you to full port, you can't really complain. Like obviously, if I really wanted to, I should have just taken the 22,000 and then looked for 1,000, for example. But I really can be asked. They're really cheap evals, So even if I had, say, 5 of them, it's still around the same price as like one Alpha Futures eval. So it's not really a big deal. But when you're on a funded account, you have to know exactly how you can go about that. You need to know what are you going to do to deal with that. And what you do is you just go really slow. Slow and steady will win that race. When we got pretty bearish order flow now, I think ES could probably reach morning session lows. I really wanted it to trade into that 10-minute or that 5-minute. It didn't. In fact, we even let's see where we got executed on the loss there, because that was a close. I only asked because I'm genuinely curious. Why isn't it showing my executions? I executed the mini. It stopped us at 24008. Yeah, so it wasn't as close as we wanted it to be. It's unfortunate the way it retraced there, but that's the model, right? Another model form. It's possible that this reverses. I mean, we got the full shift on the 15-minute chart, and we have Asia. Like now, Asia London lows is a possibility. It is a very possibility, and that was the same in my daily outlook. I said if we get really bearish order flow, which we are, we could also reverse from this point in time, from the pre-market low, respecting the London range, and then continue higher towards that new all-time high, I guess you can say. It's kind of 50-50 if I'm going to be honest. It's kind of 50-50. We can try to clear up that 50-50. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar seems to also be moving lower on the 15-minute chart. Also kind of moving lower. So maybe that does favor a reversal on NASDAQ. I would still prefer the long over the short, personally. just because it's all-time highs. Like I said, if you can see all-time high on your chart on the 1 minute time frame, more times than not, it's going to reverse. And if we get the CISD here, I will execute long on my funded account as well. It's a risky trade, but all-time high narrative strong OB. We're going to get a 15-minute bearish. We can manage risk along the way. If we get that CISD there, I'll execute long. Maybe I'll risk a little bit less. It's a 2.6R trade. But 50% org, pre-market low swept. We have the SMT. A lot of confluence is telling us we could potentially reverse from here. If we get that, first signs of bullish order flow, this inversion, see if we can respect that. If we get the full OB, we can execute the trade. And I will risk 40 a micro, 10. Okay, how am I still? Is this signed into TradeAvate? Okay, this is signed into TradeAvate. It'll be around 6 micros on Apex. 25 point stop, 50 a micro, 5 times 10, 500, 250 for 5. Yeah, we'll probably go 4 micros, 5 micros on Apex. So if we get this order block, I will execute long against the current order flow and look for a reversal. The 15-minute gap is right there. I believe that's this high right here. Let me just double check. At 24017. No, it's actually right here. So we might have to partial above that high. Alright, we'll probably execute it here. ES already gave the CISD. What? What? What do you mean rejected? Oh, I'm on the wrong account. Fuck me. Alright, we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait, see if this starts going higher. We could just put a buy stop here. ES gave the CISD. Oh, we'll see if and Q also wants to. 2-minute. 2-minute CISD would be here. 2 minutes really clean. That's a clean 2-minute candle. Wait, I'm on the 3-minute right now. It's a clean 3-minute candle. I don't want to go in too preemptively. But like I could technically get in right now. I wanted to see if it, gives another attempt to come back above here. And then we take the fill from there. Maybe wait for this inversion on ES. Yeah, I like the buy stop where it's at. So for you guys that don't know what a buy stop is, if price comes up here and hits this level, it's gonna put me into a long. That's what it's gonna do. And the idea of that is ES will inverse its fair value gap, which is another confirmation that it can go higher. And then obviously we most likely will get the full CISD on NQ. But at this point, we might as well wait for the full CISD. Or we just buy the breaker at 24014. But we're just going to wait. I'm going to remove the buy stop order. We're just going to wait. When the sun don't set. Still respecting that inversion, but a little too sloppy for my liking. We did take out the pre-market low. We haven't gotten the shift quite yet. Hovering the buy button. Looking at the 3-minute. Was it the 3-minute chart? Oh no, okay. 3-minute CISD, 48 seconds. If we can close above here. We're almost there. If it could just move up a little more. Okay. We're working. Can we get the closure? It's gonna fall short. Can wait for it on the 1-minute. Or better yet, we just wait for the breaker. I think the breaker would just be a lot cleaner. The thing is about executing the breaker. Let me put the stop here. It's still around 2R. It's not bad. Notice how we did not get the SMT there. Sorry. Notice how we did not get the closure above the CISD. I guess the breaker is probably your best confirmation tool here. Because ES might come for this 6485 low, morning session low. For ES to just stop here, I mean, it could. It's an optimal trade entry. Inside that OTE. But it's kind of weird, I guess you can say, for ES to just stop there. If we get a nice candle here, I mean, we got the SMT. Dollar's still going lower, so I mean, I do favor the reversal here. Not that they've been really in sync anyways, but YM knows what's up. YM knows what's up. YM's entering a 15-minute bullish fair value gap right now. So everything is kind of pointing higher. All-time highs, except price action. Everything is telling us higher except price action itself. We'll just have to stay a little bit patient. I mean, we don't always have to take the reversal. We can always wait for a protraction model. We've been on a pretty good win streak with our protraction model, so there's nothing wrong with, just saying, you know what, this reversal is not clear. Let's let it reverse. Let's let price reverse and see if we can get the continuation set up. So I think that's probably the best game plan now, unless we take out this low and get like a strong breaker. So I think that's the game plan for now. Because the truth, like, I would honestly prefer, the S&P 500 take out 930 low, and then reverse going into lunch. Not only because Trump speaks at lunch, but just because I think it has more business lower. In fact, you could honestly short this right now, targeting that low on ES. It'd have to be something like this. Again, it's a really low risk, a really low R trade. I'm happy with my patience. We've been trading really good recently. Hey, Chipotle's in the green, man. Chipotle stock, man. Where are you at? Where are you at? New month, new me. You've been getting like around 15% on the month, so if we can get I mean, where was that gap up? That gap up started here. Oh, close there, open there. So I like that gap up. I mean, obviously. Anyways. Yeah, see? Okay, there it is. There it is. ES takes out that sell side. Now if we got a breaker, it would be a lot higher probability. Although NQ might go down to Asia low and London lows. It's possible, and that's okay if it does. We don't have to be a participant of every move. But if we get the reversal here and it kind of confirms our idea, I'm happy to execute that breaker. Stop loss would be kind of deep, but we can still fizzle out 2R. YM, you know, slight deep retracement. Let's set an alert here on YM. That would kind of confirm to us that YM is going to keep going higher. So it is kind of still aligning. We took out the sell side on ES. We still have the SMT at pre-market lows, but ES did take this. The one thing I don't like is Nasdaq's not consolidating. It's also going down. Because Nasdaq's also going down, to me, ES is trying to catch up to Nasdaq, not Nasdaq trying to catch up to ES, meaning like bullish. 1 hour. Yeah, we're inside that hourly fair value gap. I don't really think it's going to hold. We have a 15-minute fair value gap here in London OTE. It's probably not going to go there. I did mark out this 4-hour fair value gap pre-market. We're actually inside of another 4-hour fair value gap right now. I didn't even see that. So we'll see. I mean, we have it. I'll keep it annotated on my chart, this discount level. And we'll see. But in the meantime, we simply just stay patient. Don't force anything stupid. It looks like we're going straight to midnight open. Oh, pretty nice sell. I mean, not the nicest sell-off. Hypothetically, that one trade we did take just now, reaching about 2 risk to reward. We did take one eval trade. We blew the account, but it covered really nice. It was a good trade. I mean, it was an eval. It's not a big deal for eval. I'm not too worried about that, Lori. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Bro, trading Chipotle stock? Swings are gonna swing, bro. Chipotle meet my criteria for a swing trade. Although this is gonna be a long swing trade, I think we can get back to 46. I'm also in Amazon, which I'm aiming for, hopefully 2 for 2. If I'm a little bit optimistic, but I think it's possible. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even execute it on my alpha accounts. So, yeah, I guess we did kind of get saved on the Apex account there. But I didn't take it on my alpha yet. We are still clean. Looks like we will probably get full opening range gap low. Man, this is a really nice market maker sell model. It really was nice. In my opinion, like really hard to anticipate. But if it's there, it's always a good study. Obviously, we could still reverse, but at this point in time, this is probably a stronger draw than this. We did hit that 6,500 on E. I mean, look at that, man. That's pretty clean. 6,500 on ES. Puts in the high at 6,502. And then reverses. Did we kind of call that? No, but we called out where price was going to move higher. Full port Chipotle? I wouldn't full port Chipotle. But if you're patient with it, I think personally it could be good. But that is not financial advice. Wouldn't be surprised if Trump says something in the afternoon and this all gets wiped. I mean, in lunch. I do kind of want to trade lunch when Trump speaks at 11:15, maybe 11:30. He's probably going to be late. Someone said soybean futures? My TV going to sit on. Nice, bro. You know what? When you're reading like Market Wizards, I don't know if you guys know this, if anyone's read the book, but when you're reading, listen, if you trade futures, listen to this. All of these guys, well, not, sorry, let me not say all of these guys, but a lot of the people in Market Wizards, they grew their accounts by like swing trading fundamentals, like pretty much. Like trend following fundamental systems. Yeah, there's some stock guys, there's some day traders who are really successful, but a lot of them, they just called it when like soybean was gonna freaking pump and they bought in futures. Like, yeah, they all talked about the same thing. Like, I'm still looking for a trade on my funded. They all talk about like obviously risk management, discipline, cutting losses, letting your winners go, cutting losses short. But for the most part, they be just catching the bottom of these commodity markets, which kind of makes sense. But like, are these guys profitable, bro? Or did they just buy soybean 50 years ago? you know what I'm saying? Like, are they really as good as they say? Or do they just have a hell lot of money and keep buying bottoms? Because to me, like shit, bro. Anyone that bought soybean back then probably. But then again, it's easy to say that because I'm sure it still fluctuated. Like, yeah, it was bullish for like freaking ever. But I'm sure it still fluctuated lower and you had to sustain the margin. But if you had enough money in your, I guess they still use stop losses, supposedly. I just think it's all a little bit sus that they all got insanely profitable off buying soybean like 500 years ago, back when everything was like 4 cents. So I don't know. Or the one, there's a guy who traded, basically when the US economy is cooked, a lot of money goes into the bonds. And that guy just basically predicted when the economy was going to be cooked, put a bunch of money into bonds, and made like $1 million, bro. Like, are you really a profitable trader and a market wizard? Or did you just buy bonds and it went up because the market was cooked or the economy was cooked? So I don't know. Looks like we will reach opening range gap low. You see us working in those quadrants really nicely. Like, we get to 25, retrace, break below, we stay, we break below 50, retrace, break below, stay below, break below 75, retrace. Can you guess what's next? Probably full gap closure. Pretty standard opening range gap delivery here. Would I take a protraction to opening range gap low? Maybe. The only reason I haven't taken one is there's been no clean retracement. We wanted shorts from here. We didn't get it. Stayed really heavy, which is fine. 5-minute bearish fair value gap there. I like this one right here. Kind of a deep retracement, but I still like it. 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute. It's pretty clear. Somewhere in here, there's a nice potential short idea. You're still holding the sell? Yeah, I think it can still go lower personally. Definitely would be holding a runner, I think, at least. Because it has potential to go. Whenever there's so much potential to run, like if one runner can run like 25% of your original gain, I think it's worth it. Or 50%, let's say. Like if you TP $100 and you can leave a runner for 50 or more, take that runner, bro. I think that's worth the risk. If your runner's like, what about the 1 hour FPG from yesterday? Possible. I don't have that annotated, but I think this 4 hour is possible. I had that labeled in pre-market. Your bias was bullish. My bias was bullish originally, but then we hit all the targets higher. So, like I said, it's unclear what was going to happen at that time. We marked out 6,500 on ES. For those of you who can't see, why is it not going to show, bro? It's right here. We marked out 6,500 on ES. In fact, I even called out 6,500 on ES in the Discord at 9:30. We went straight up to 6,500, and then we reversed. Did I execute a trade towards it? No, the model didn't form, unfortunately. And yeah, that's the end of that. Taking signal full. If anyone's a soybean trader, like I actually think about it though. Like all jokes aside, can you make a lot of money swing trading commodities? Probably. You know. 35% partial, they're leaving 65%. Not the worst thing. I'm concerned that whatever happens at lunch when Trump starts to speak, anything could happen. Anything is possible. You took a long. What time did you take a long, Roger? I like longs too, but it's probably going to be, if longs are going to happen, it's going to be when Trump probably starts talking. I can't imagine market's going to pump and then Trump's going to, I mean, it's possible. You took 1006 CISD. I don't hate it, but it's a hard one to take when pre-market low is right there. When we put these equal lows right here, it's a tough one. It's not a bad idea. We hit 50% org. It could have reversed, but sell side's right there, so it's kind of a tough one. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. Not a bad loss as long as you risk correctly. Trump speaks in around 45 minutes. Gaddy, when you hold a trade, sauce is, do you really see a setup to entry in opposing direction? Agree? You can only see one direction if you want to take a high probability trade. If you can see both sides, unless there's a probability factor, like you can always make an argument for both sides. But right now, it's way more likely to go lower towards London and Asia than it is to go higher. That's probably worth the risk, you know? It's all about risk and probability. You cooked, bro. Yeah, man. I'm so cooked. Please help. Please. You took the 2-minute FEG. Good luck. Buns PA? I wouldn't say this is Buns PA, man. If the market's moving, there's opportunity. Didn't take a win. I haven't taken a trade yet. At least not on my funded. If the market's moving, there's opportunity. Just because price action doesn't align with your model doesn't mean it's Buns PA. There's 1,000 ways to trade this. I'm sure many people took an opportunity short. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying it's not Buns PA. The only time I would ever say Buns PA is if PA is doing whatever this is the entire session, which will happen. Mark my words, next week will likely be the worst trading session that some of you will ever see. Next week, we'll have some of the worst choppy, edging, low low quality setups that you will most likely ever see. Mark my words. I may be wrong. Don't take that full grain of salt. But if you look at the probabilities, Jackson Hole Symposium next week. I know it's only an orange folder, but if you know what Jackson Hole Symposium is, or if you know what it looks like on the chart, it's once a year, every time in August, and it typically makes price action really sloppy. Really sloppy. I'm still going to trade it, but just know that last year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before, I've only backtested 4. ICT says it's been pretty shit for 30 years. I can't say that that's true. I don't know. He said it's been pretty bad for like pretty much forever. But what I can say is the last 4 years, that August price action specifically has been really bad. What's it called? I need to study that. Jackson Hole Symposium. It's basically a group. It's like a show or something. It's like some sort of meeting reunion between all these guys. It's next week, I think Thursday, Friday or something, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's like a 1 week event. In August, once a year in August. And I remember it last year because I found out the hard way. And I was like, listen, I'll tell you how bad it was last year. I'm not going to say for sure this year's going to be bad, but last year, it was so bad that I had to go back and study the exact same price action because I was like, it was shocking. I was like, I'm just so amazed that the levels I have marked out are not being hit repeatedly. I know that sounds hella like, what's the word, like cocky, but like there would be like clear as day objectives that are like the most obvious draw with the most obvious order flow, and then boom, 50 points opposite direction, market pumps, leaves the equal lows, comes back, does the exact same thing. It's like they know. It's like, I don't know. You can go ahead and look at it last year. Maybe I was just not as good of a trader. I mean, obviously I've improved a lot. But from ICT's experience and from my experience, which is only one live year, one year trading it live and 4 years trading it backtest, it has not been pretty. So my game plan is probably look for like 1 to 1.5 hour setups. Not a big deal. Or look for 2 hour setups, but half risk. Where did he speak about this? Oh, probably 2023 or 2024 price action reviews. I can't tell you the video, bro. It's in his long ass lectures that no one listens to. Market makers definitely trolling over there. I don't know what. I don't know. I really want to know what's going on because I'm genuinely curious. Trump speaks in 30 minutes, assuming he's not late. He's almost always late though. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. No trades on the funded yet, but potentially a short here. Yeah, I can show you YM. YM has been bullish, like straight up. 15-minute bullish for value gap on YM. I had an alert on YM continuing from here, but it did not continue from here. YM looks not bad. I think that's a 30-minute. Yeah. YM looks pretty bullish. Straight up. Straight up now, tell me, did you really want to love me forever? Oh, oh, oh. Did it just a hit and run? Oh, well. We'll confirm. I think personally this can make another attempt to move lower. I will look for a short in the 1050 macro, targeting opening range gap low, Asia low, London low, and all the lows. 15-minute bearish for value gap. Did we just no? That 29372. So yeah, pretty much what we had marked out here. If we can get a retracement above 75 to 50%, and then we target opening range gap low, we can potentially see a continuation lower. I would demand more than this though. Oh. Yo, Bobby, are you holding any stock still? Are you like just full-time investment or? I mean, if this closes below here, that is technically my model, but it's really deep, but it's just not enough risk to reward for me to take it from this far down. It's just not enough. I need more of a retracement. Yeah, it's just not enough, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Asia low probably gets hit. Where's that 4-hour fair value gap we marked out? Wait, what's that? Are you doing something on gold? Ooh. What did we hit? 4-hour? Yeah. What do we got cooking on gold? We missed the original CISD. Maybe a protraction setup on gold? Is there anything we could retrace to? I don't know. I think gold's bearish. I'm just gonna say that. We're about to get opening range gap low. Doesn't look like it's gonna form us a setup. And I personally think this could retrace, but like I said, I think it's gonna happen going into lunch, not in the morning session. And I say that because Trump's gonna be speaking, and that will give us a lot of volatility. Debating on some Palantir. I also wanted Palantir, but it's too high up for me personally. It's too high up, especially because, believe it or not, I got my first ever fill on Palantir at $12 all the way down here. I think it was May 2023, yeah. Believe it or not. And I sold it at $30. And I was like, holy shit, I'm the fucking genius. I'm the best. It was my biggest ever stock swing trade. We made multiple three-digit percents. And I watched it keep going higher every single day. And I was like, surely it doesn't keep going higher. Surely it doesn't keep going higher. No way it can keep going up. And it literally just kept going up forever and ever, every single month until it reached 125. Then the tariffs came. It came back down to 67. Wow, if someone bought that dip. Oh my days. That's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say is that's crazy. That's all I have to say. What is that line? Yes, took out the equal lows. Okay. I still don't really trust the reversal here, if I'm being honest. We did take out London lows. Are we maybe not going to take out Asia? I mean, I feel like we still have some room lower. Maybe if we get an inversion here. Yeah, I got a lot of stocks on that dip as well. This could be a clean 2-hour trade. 12 micros, 25. 4 micros is 100. 8 micros is 200. 15, 30. Call it an 8 micro trade. Please don't close up the inversion. Real cold, well. I'm going to scale down to the 15-second here. 15-second inversion is there. 30 seconds still forming. Maybe if we get the 30-second here, I will try this short. Did not inverse on the 30-second yet, so we're going to have to wait 30 more seconds, which is just a 1-minute candle. I would take this though. 1050 macro, short-term OTE, Asia low, strong draw, inversion. Can we get good enough risk to reward? We can get around 2 solid. See if we get the inversion. If not, okay, we got it. Let's take that short. Yeah, I'm gonna put the stop. I'm gonna put a stop here at the swing high. This is not looking like a good trade right now, I'm gonna be honest. Might just be a really quick loss. But we'll see. I only took it on one Alpha Futures account. My 0 funded. Damn, we top ticked that, huh? Potentially a really nice wick. Wick of Doom would be nice. Asia low. Can we get there? I'll actually put a limit order here. We did reinverse that fair value gap, but it's okay. You got a good thing. If I see you again. I see the SMT here, and I don't like it, obviously. I want to see an attempt for us to get below these up close candles. But it's not looking good, if I'm gonna be honest. I see us reject 75% org and this imbalance. Thinking that was a sufficient retracement. Although this is a good trade, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm really content with this trade, even if it loses. It's a good trade. Short-term OTE. Obviously, it's a discount short, but with Asia lows right there, I think we get stopped out here. It's a good short. I would take it every time. We'll see if this fair value gap can hold again. Yeah, NQ is moving a lot higher than ES. Still respecting that fair value gap, but it might wick through. Yep, there we get stopped. I don't mind trying again, if I'm being honest. I don't mind trying again. I see the 15-minute bearish right here. I do not mind trying again. Let's see if it gives us another setup off of the 15-minute fair value gap. I would try that. I would try that. Trump speaks in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's when he's scheduled to speak. I don't know if he will actually speak at this time or not. Eight again. I mean, it's possible we just got wicked out, but I still think I would demand it trade to this level for me to short again. It is possible we got wicked out. So it's still respecting that imbalance here. But I do think if we can get this 15-minute fair value gap, something like this would be a lot higher probability. I still believe in Asia low as a draw. Still above midnight opening. Still inside that opening range gap. I don't think we'll break above 50%. If we do, that's pretty bullish. Let's check out the YM quick. YM still kind of moving lower. Strong candle on yes. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if we get this set up, we'll short it one more time. Give it another chance. Stab. Short. Target the Asian low. And we'll see. We'll look at the OT from this range. We still have an inverse after value gap. If this rolls over, I mean, that would just be really sloppy. You know, it would just be really sloppy. I think I should post that loss though. I haven't posted a loss in a while on TikTok. Trader gets immediately stocked out. But it was good risk management. No. I mean, I take losses on live stream. We took a loss. We took one loss yesterday. Yesterday we recovered the loss, but took a loss yesterday. I don't like posting losses that much because I get too many DMs and shit. It's annoying. But every now and then I'll post one. I mean, I literally tried. I mean, I always trade in front of you guys, right? So obviously, if I lose, you guys will see. Nothing to hide. I've been losing, man. We went on some loot. Was anyone here when we were on our losing streak? Was it last year? Last year, December, I think. That was a tough losing streak. I'm gonna be honest. That was one of the tougher ones. Was anyone watching me during that losing streak? Because if you stayed through, appreciate you. That was a tough losing streak, bro. I know some of you were there for sure. Yeah, Joseph, Ibrahim, you were there. Use your code. I got you. Ryan, can you message me on Discord so I can add you to the giveaway? Flip a coin to full port. It's been here since last November last year. Damn, you came in like prime losing streak. Although I think November was a profitable month for me, but December was definitely not. You learned a lot from that losing streak. November was tough. I think November for me, I don't remember if it was November or December. It might have been both. I'm on a losing streak at the moment as well, but managing my risk. I mean, I'm currently not on a losing streak. We're doing pretty good in August so far, but I've been on really bad losing streaks. I've been on really bad ones, and it's just about minimizing how much you lose. You know. This is really gonna mess with me, but if we technically close below here, it's a very shorter block. We could keep going lower. I really wanted that 15-minute. It doesn't look like it's gonna form. Also, I'm a little bit skeptical about this order block because it's kind of looking like it's being held. It kind of looks like it's being held. Um, and until Trump speaks, and I definitely don't want to be the guy in a consolidation before Trump speaks. So could short this technically, but I wouldn't. Yeah. We got a good thing. Don't know if I'm gonna see you again. Not a real thing. Maybe number one night. 15-minute fair value gaps right here. I still would prefer that short. Like I said, something like this. Right before Trump speaks is kind of crazy though. Trump speaking kind of just ruins everything, bro. Kind of a buzzkill if you ask me. Kind of a buzzkill. Anyone with me on that? Or like, what do you do? You skip the whole morning? Do you wait for him to trade? Then it's super manipulated. Do you trade the next day? And then price action's so clean. Nice volatility. What do you do? Hmm. I mean, this might just go lower. It is what it is if it does. I wanted the 15. We didn't just get wicked out. We got wicked, 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 wicked. Now it's rolling over. It is what it is. Probably gonna reach that org low, 931. 0.5. Asia low, 921. I mean, we got wicked. We got really got obliterated actually. It used our stop loss as you know, a resistance level. And it is what it is. It literally used our stop loss as a resistance level. That shit was strong, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe you want to argue that. So we had a good trade. Sloppy retracement here, but org low is there. Asia low, we'll see if it gets there. 0.27 extension from this price leg. Right there. Come on, that's clean. That's clean. You know it's clean. I'm 0.15% away from passing 550K accounts. Nice, bro. Yeah, we had the right idea. I mean, we only took that on one account. Not the biggest deal. Didn't execute on my 100K or 50K. Just on the zero. The main reason of that, by the way, was it just simply went so fast that I didn't even get the opportunity. But yeah, I do think Asia low gets taken here. We were right about the continuation. There's that spool. Super speed. Off the fair value gap. Pretty clean price action today. I'm going to be honest. I think you got to focus on, you know, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Post the loss in the Discord. Traction model short. We'll recoup in the PM or in lunch. Might trade lunch off stream when Trump speaks. Yeah, I think I'll save the journal actually. I don't want to put it in just yet. Today's August 13th, right? August 13th. We shorted M1 SIBI, M1 IFUG. Short term OTE. I'm going to start using this more. I like this short term OTE as a component to my protraction model. And I think we're going to start implementing it more. And I'm not going to send it over just yet because I might trade. I might trade, sorry, when Trump speaks. So I will just put this in here, save it, and maybe keep trading. I just realized I didn't even put the annotations properly. Let's mark out the inversion. There's a volume imbalance here on the micro, but on the mini there isn't, so I'm not going to include it. Yeah. I mean, you see the respect.org. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I think that's cleaner. Would make it a little bit bolder. Cool. Just want to make this a clean screenshot. All right, we'll keep that saved in there. Well, boys, that's pretty much it. I mean, not much more to do than that. I appreciate you guys coming through. I will post that loss on TikTok. Pretty good trade. We had the right draw. We got wicked out. It was a pretty deep, sloppy retracement, but that's what you get for shorting discount. In hindsight, we could have re-entered off that order block I annotated, but I don't think that would be a high probability trade given how much wicking was going on. So we didn't re-enter. We do get the Asian low, org low. This could potentially keep going to the 4-hour Biffy. Trump speaks in around 5 minutes. Hard to say what's going to happen when he starts speaking. But I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. I will see you guys live again tomorrow for PPI. Hopefully a lot better than, well, today was not bad to be honest. So, but hopefully it's similar to CPI, really clear price action, clear draw on liquidity. And I'll see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. If this is gambling, then don't watch, bro. You know, no one really wants you to be here. No one knows who you are. You don't have to be here if you don't want to be. I hope next year Train lets me buy a Corvette. I hope so too, if that's what you want, bro. Can I take a pit on Alpha? I didn't make the 2K first. You don't need a buffer, no. Refer to me your profit that pays out straight to your bank account. I mean, Alpha does. Tops, they all do. They all have the option to. It depends where you live, though. If you live in the US, Alpha does. If you live where I live, then you have to get wise with Alpha. So appreciate you guys. Take care till next time. Tomorrow, exact same time. I will trade. Most likely, we'll be trading lunch because I have 2 funded accounts I did not execute on, and I also have Fade Jake Goal Song. I guess Wet Dreams is pretty good, classic one. And I will also be executing the PM session, assuming the model forms.